Hello everyone. Welcome to another episode of Health and Wellness 360 with tfal
And Chi.
and Chi. Thank you. Let us know where you're joining us from. If you're in South Africa, New Zealand, if you're in North Carolina, Nigeria, wherever you're joining us from, just let us know. We're super excited to be back again. We've been gone for a few weeks, right, honey?
Yes, we have.
Yeah.
Let us know where you're joining us from, Chicago, North Carolina, anywhere you are. Just let us know. And thank you for joining us this Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Before we get started, I would like to make some intros.
Yes.
My name is tfal. I am an infectious disease physician, a podcaster, an author, a wellness coach. And hi, Renee from Chicago. And the other half of tfal&chi. And I'm joined here with my husband, Chi.
Yes, and I'm Chi, and I'm a healthcare director, and my focus is mental health, nutrition, fitness, and exercise. And our mission at tfal&chi is to empower you, your friends, your family members, one human at a time, to be the very best versions of yourself through healthy tips. And we provide this via one-on-one engagements, coaching, group activities. We even do employee health. So we do this in ways to make it very practical and very relatable to you, in ways you can stay healthy and encourage your families to be healthy as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And this show today is really building on that. All we've
Yep.
always done about healthy, practical, relatable. And so this morning, we're going to be talking about juicing. All right. We're going to talk about juicing, and we are going to make a juice. As you can see, we have all the ingredients right in front of you. We'll talk about that. And juicing, we'll talk about, and we'll do it right here on this show. But before we get started, who here does juicing? Just type, are you juicing? And
what do you put in your juices as well? Do you juice, and what do you put in your juices?
Yes.
Just let us know.
Just let us know. And producer, if you can put a few up there. Are you a juicer? And what are your favorite fruits and veggies to put in there?
Yeah.
While we're waiting for those to come up, we're going to do, so this show today, we're going to be talking about juicing. How is that different from smoothies or blending?
Right.
What are the benefits of juicing? And as we go through today, we're going to be talking about the benefits of all these things that we're putting in and doing as we do that in real time. So we have a couple of juicers. Yes. We can't read. Somebody says, I'm a juicer. So yes, let us know if you juice.
Beets, lemon, spinach, ginger, turmeric.
Oh my God, that is a power juice.
And we're going to be talking about what these, ingredients and what you see here, what they actually do for your body and your health as well. Metabolically, what it does, right?
Absolutely. So let's get started. And so we're going to be talking about juicing today, and we have all these things out here, but I would like to start off with you, Chi, and say, what is juicing? And is that the same thing as making a smoothie or blending? Because sometimes, a lot of people make smoothies. So what's the fundamental difference?
So there is always this misconception about, you ask people, do you juice? They say, yeah, we juice. I throw it in my blender. I throw bananas. I put milk in there. That's not juicing, right? So you want to think about juicing, about the idea of extract, right? You're going to be able to extract the pulp. So if you're not extracting pulp, you're not juicing really, you're blending, and not that there's anything wrong with that, but there's just a difference. And also what you use to juice versus blending. So when you're juicing, you're using, and we don't care about whatever equipment you use or blend, or juicer you use, but there is a centrifuge juicer, there is a slow press juicer, there is a blender. So you want to make sure you're using the right equipment to get the most out of all this that you see here.
That is awesome. And I like how you said we don't endorse any kind of juicer, advertise anything. Get what works for your budget.
That's it.
And go for it.
Yeah.
You have your fruits and veggies, and you're ready to juice. So you said no dairy in juicing.
No dairy in juicing, right? No dairy in juicing, because then that takes away. That's not juicing. So for juicing, for the most part, you're looking for, vegetables. They contain sugar as well. But again, we're going to talk about the kind of sugars you get from vegetables very different from processed sugars. The way your body reacts to sugars you get here, very different. Will not give you diabetes versus the processed sugars, right? So the idea of being able to juice and extract all this pulp, getting the amount of fiber you need, being able to impact your body metabolically, it's super important when you're talking about weight loss, mitigating cancers, helping your GI tract. That's all we're going to be doing here today and talking about.
Absolutely. And I see the person that popped up had put spinach, ginger, lemon, and you can see celery, all of these things here. So before we get into kind of some of the things people talk about is like, oh, I'll just get something off the shelf. And, it's, again, healthy to do it yourself. You're not adding, there's nothing that needs to be added to keep it on the shelf life. You're getting fresh produce and you're putting it through. So the things we have here, and again, one of the things we like to say is that your juice is yours. Make it
whatever
yours,
you want, right?
Whatever is healthy.
And my wife just talked about shelf life. So the import of talking about shelf life is super important. When you're going into your grocery store to buy juices, right, or foods, if you look at the content, there has to be preservatives in there and sugars and salt to keep it on the shelf so you can buy it in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks, right? That cannot be good for your body. These will rot as soon as you eat it. There's no preservative in that. If you leave it on the counter, it rots, right? That's what you want for your gut
GI
and your GI system.
Yes,
right?
Because if it rots, it's good for you. We've said that. And again, you don't have to read any food labels. We did that show on food labels. You pick these up, there is nothing to read about them. You pick them up, they're good for your digestive system. And we talked about natural sugars, right?
Correct.
One of the things we know about, you talked about the health benefits, but also the fact that when you juice, a lot of times it helps reduce those sugar cravings because you're getting your natural sugars. The cravings are less. It helps with your digestive system. It helps with your skin. It helps with a whole bunch of things. And we'll talk about each of these ingredients. So
Renee says spinach, kale, green apples, carrots, lemon, ginger, jalapenos. You see, so you like you like your juices a little with that little kick to it,
spicy.
And you throw pepper in there. And you know why pepper is good? Pepper's got a component called capsaicin. Capsaicin is a fat burner. So when you eat and you put that kick in there with peppers, you're actually allowing your body to burn fat faster.
Absolutely.
So good job, Renee.
I love that combo. I haven't tried that one, but that's a good one. I love the jalapeno cake in that. That is awesome. But what you're seeing from the people who are putting up the juicing is a lot of emphasis on vegetables, right? There are fruits in there, but you definitely want to get your veggies because it's really hard. What are the data? Only 1 in 10 Americans are getting the required vegetable servings per day.
1 in 10.
And 2 in 10 for the amount of fruits we're supposed to be getting.
Yes.
So juicing is a way to get these super nutrients and antioxidants into your body. Because it's going to be hard.
I'm not just getting it, honey, but getting it faster. Right?
Yes.
So you want to think about this, right? So often I'll just give this analogy. So if you're sick, you go to the hospital and you get the IV drip. Think about that versus getting the tablets, right? Juicing is like getting an IV drip straight into your arteries of nutrients. That's what it does. Phytonutrients, getting rich. Can you imagine? You couldn't eat all this kale in one sitting. You couldn't, right? And if you did, you'd probably be in the bathroom for a long time that whole day, right? But
a lot of fiber.
Yeah, a lot of fiber, right? And but if you juiced it, you could actually drink it. You reduce it to that amount. But one thing we're going to talk about today also is the idea of the pulp.
Yes.
Do you need the pulp or don't you need the pulp? And we're going to talk about why you do and why you do not.
Yes, absolutely. So let's get going. And what we're going to do is, as we're chopping, we'll put them in the juicer. We'll talk about the benefits of that. If you have questions about juicing, please put them up and our producer will put them up to see. Okay. So right now, you see a lot of...
You want to change spots?
Yes.
You're going to be doing that,
yes. Right? So what we have here is we have kale, apples, ginger root. We'll talk about the benefits of that. Already skin peeled off,
Yeah.
right? The ginger root, as you can see. This is what the whole ginger looks like when you're at the grocery store. So again, when you're doing your shopping this week, go nuts at the produce aisle and get a mix of things. Ginger, good old celery, lots of celery. And what else do we have here? We have lemons, cucumbers. All right. There are a couple of other things we have on here we're not going to add to this juice because we're going to make a very simple, quick one. But there are carrots, which are amazing. We just finished our carrot juice.
Yeah, we've had carrot juice all week.
Yes, it was awesome.
Yeah, and beets.
Beets. Right, both people that showed up had beets in their stuff. And it's interesting that if you put all of this in a juicer and you put one beet, it takes over. It comes out red.
Completely overtakes everything.
Beet red is amazing and it's so sweet. So people don't know you can take a whole beetroot and just put it through the juicer and you get like amazing. Can I just share some rules? Yes, about beets, since we're not going to use it.
Yeah,
yes.
So when you go to the store to get beets, right, and you want to juice it, you don't have to take the stems off, right? So that's the good thing about these root vegetables. You can actually blend, just wash off the dirt and blend the whole thing because your body is asking for it, right? So just blend the whole thing. You can actually just rinse it and wash it. That's good to go.
Put it in your juicer. Let's go. So one of the quick tips with juicing is when you want a lot of fluid, which you want all of these things. So why don't we start off with celery? Okay. And I'm going to move this
for you.
Yes.
Very good. Okay.
Yeah, and these go right away. So what I would like you to do is to help with cutting this in fours.
Fair enough.
Yes, to go through.
Very good.
And again, no.
So you can see that while we do this. So
yes, absolutely. So very easy. Whatever juicer works for you works. And we'll be talking about what the things we're doing. So right away, to start off, the celery is always an easy start.
I want to make sure we're capturing this over there.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And somebody put in there, celery is great for blood pressure. It's also good to help regulate your blood sugar. So celery is amazing. And
it's low, there's hardly any calories in that.
Hardly
any calories.
It's 90% water.
Yeah.
So it's another way to get your fluids up is with juicing. So yes, thank you. Keep your comments coming.
Honey, let me stop you for a minute before we go ahead. Right. So we'll talk about the kind of juices you use, right? We use a cold press, a slow cold press. It's slower in doing things, but the noise level is a lot lower. That's what you want, right? But sometimes they're lower on the high end, but it doesn't mean you can use the other ones. We used to have a centrifuge juicer.
Mm-hmm.
They're louder and they shake around the whole place. We wanted something a little bit more quiet because we do a lot of teaching. We do a lot of virtual engagements. So we just wanted to make sure it wasn't too loud. So we moved over to a slow press. Slow press actually gives you better quality juices that stay longer in your refrigerator.
Correct.
So if you get one, go for it.
Correct. And we had carrot juice in there for like 3 days, so you can make, you don't have to go to the store and buy one all the time. You can make yours and keep it for a couple of days.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So celery, we talked about. In the meantime, we can
chop this for you.
Yes, just into 4.
4? Okay.
Yes. It's very easy. It just goes through. So our producer, if you can put the questions up. So celery is always great. And I don't know if you can see all the fluid that's coming through very easily.
It's that, babe, I want to make sure it's kept there. Make sure it's not been blocked and you can see that. Very good. Okay.
All right. So celery is great.
Okay.
It also gives you a lot of fluid because it's 90% water. Right? It's a green juice. So we're putting in next cucumbers.
Okay.
So for this recipe, we have 2 cucumbers.
And
that's awesome.
For instance, when you're cutting, just want to show this here. When you're cutting up your lemons, you don't have to skin them, right?
Yes, absolutely.
You can do the whole thing. Just do the whole thing because the skin has got lots of nutrients and vitamins in that. Okay. All
correct. Right. So that's the other thing, sometimes people say, oh, I saw this recipe. It's said to take off the lemon peels. You can, and you can choose not to. But again, there are benefits in having the skin in. and it collects the pulp on the side. So somebody asked a question. Yvonne says, what does kale do?
What does kale do? So kale is rich in fiber, and a lot of times when you heading for vegetables, the greener the better. So the darker
Yes.
leaf vegetables give you all that you need, right? So always make sure that you're looking for, you want to stay away from the iceberg lettuce that you see out there in the stores. Not that you can eat them as a snack, but they don't have the high nutrient, content as the darker leafy vegetables. So
Yes.
tons and tons of fiber in
Yes, and kale
in kale.
has iron, has vitamins. So a lot of the green also has a lot of the chlorophyll and the content that's really good for building red cells. So kale is really great. All right.
What else do you need in here,
I
honey?
need so we have the 2 lemons. I'm going to need some kale coming through.
You want some kale? Very good. So again, as we talked about, you can just throw the whole stem in there. You don't have to just cut them, just wash them, make sure there's no dirt in there, and just pop it in there, okay? And
yeah, so that's good.
You need more?
Yes. Yeah, just
okay. What else can I put up for you as you're doing
the
that?
apples.
You want the apples?
So can you talk a bit about lemons and all the ways we're going to use it in the juice, but other ways we use lemons and what the benefits of lemons are?
Sure. So lemons, what was the question there? It says, does it matter if these vegetables are organic or not? Good question.
That's a great one.
Yeah. So you don't have to go organic. Organic is about 44% more expensive than non-organic. The only difference is pesticides, right? So you want to make sure when you go to the store, because not everyone can afford organic vegetables, right? Organic simply means you planted it in your backyard and you didn't spray it with any pesticides. That's all. We do a lot of planting in our backyard.
Yes, we're not farmers.
We're not farmers, right? So just wash them. Wash them. If it's not organic, just wash them as much as you can, and you're good to go. All right? That's it.
That's a great question, because sometimes we believe that, healthy food is it's so expensive. We can't afford healthy food. We always say you either, pay for your health or pay for disease. So again, looking at fruits that are in season, vegetables that are in season are usually cheaper. One of the things you find out is when you go to the store, you definitely want to get stuff that if you have to pick it and package it yourself, it's cheaper. So when you go to the kale,
honey, there's a question there. Hold on, honey.
Yes.
It says, when are you guys on? I have to make this show for me.
We're on once a month.
Once a month. We used to be on, every couple weeks.
Things got a little
lots
busy.
Of commitments here and there, and engagements. So now we moved to once a month. But you never know, things could change.
They could. We'll be back.
We'll be back. Follow us.
Yes. So that question on organic led us to something we wanted to make sure we talked about is getting vegetables that are in season and taking it yourself. If you go to the veggie aisle, if you pick up bunch of kale and put it in a bag yourself, it's cheaper than when it's already washed and put in a bag for you. If you same thing for celery, for anything, if it's already packaged for you and put in a box and they say peeled and washed, you're paying for the labor, you're paying for the air conditioning, you're paying for everything. So just go through the aisle, pick up your own carrots, pick up your own thing, and put it in a plastic bag, because you're paying less than doing that. Lemons, babe.
You got lemons in there, right?
Yes, I do. So tell us about lemons.
So lemons, my wife wanted.
Yes.
So lemons. So lemons, we do a lot of lemons.
Yes.
We're never ever out of lemons at home here.
No, and we planted a tree.
2 trees.
2 lemon trees.
Yeah, we planted 2 lemon trees in the backyard. So lemons, we use lemons to make almost all our meals, right?
Yes.
For salads, we use a salad juicing, right? For dressing, and we use lemons for making our fish, especially salmon. Yeah. Lemon is really good, and lemon is super when it comes to antioxidants.
Oh my gosh.
Lemon is an amazing one for killing germs. Lemon is an amazing one. That's why you find when you go to some stores, you find that some of the sprays for cleaning counters and all that, it says it has lemon in it. Lemon you can ingest, and you can also use it clean, right? And also lemon is good for the GI tract. We drink, a teaspoon of lemon in the morning with, warm water to start the day. It helps to move things along. So lemon is really, really good for so many purposes. You can never go wrong with lemon, having lemon. And if you can do fresh lemon, that's awesome. If you can. If you can't, you know, get the ones that are, concentrate and just make your water.
Absolutely.
So,
Lemon, awesome. Regulates your
and
blood
lemon is good for your
sugar.
skin as well.
Yes.
Lemon is good for
Good,
skin.
good
You can use it for
exfoliant.
exfoliating, even spraying on your skin to help brighten your skin as well. So there's so many things you can do with lemon and lemon juice.
All right, so we're getting there. So one of the things you'll notice is you always start off with like things like celery and cucumber are easy. They give you a lot of fluid right away. The kale, the spinach, they take a little longer to go through because they're hardy vegetables, but you get your good punch from that. Then we're going to put apples in next.
I mean,
Okay.
we have about 8 or 9 minutes left
Okay.
for the show.
Oh wow.
So we're going to move, right?
All right. So we're moving with the apples.
What do you want next time?
And ginger.
Ginger.
That's the last part of the recipe.
Okay. Here you go. So when you're talking about juicing, right, you don't have to have quote unquote a recipe.
Yeah.
Whatever tastes good. Find greens.
Trial and error.
Trial and error and just make it. We just
and
make
there's no error actually because it's all good.
It's all good. We'll make our own, right? So you don't have to have a label. Whatever feels good for you. Fruits and vegetables are awesome and important for your digestive tract, for keeping away cancer, mitigating weight gain, and so many other things. So make sure you're getting your own vegetables in there, regardless of how you get them or regardless of what they are. So,
absolutely.
Okay.
And apples always give you that sweet taste.
And let me show this real quickly.
Yes.
As you're doing that.
Look at that.
7 minutes to go.
Yes.
So what you see here is the pulp. And we talked about pulp. So it says no recipe needed. Exactly. Thank you, producer. So this pulp, you can do so many different things with it. If you like to bake, you can actually put olive oil and salt and put this in your oven, and you can snack on it during the day. So you can see that as a pulp. The reason why we talked about the difference between juicing and smoothie making is that for smoothie making, everything goes in there. Nothing is separated, and we have about 8 minutes.
Yeah.
Nothing is separated, right? If you put everything in there, your GI tract is going to be active all day, and you don't want that, right? Unless there's some medical issues going on, right? So you want to make sure that if you want to eat the pulp, that's great. If you want to blend everything, that's great. But remember, it's going to keep you and your GI tract active all day. With the juicing, with the liquid you get, you still get about 75% of fiber.
Yes.
Soluble fiber goes in. What you get on the outside in the pulp is insoluble fiber, and it helps if you're having issues with constipation. It will help move things around and move them quicker out of the system.
Correct.
So
that's a bulk in the stuff. So you get your soluble fibers, and the last thing we put in is ginger. If you can talk about ginger, and then we're done with the juice.
Yeah. So ginger is superfood, used a lot in Eastern medicine and foods and all that. So ginger, it gives you that tangy, but ginger also is a good antioxidant, really good for attacking free radicals in your system, right? So ginger is a good one. So if you feel you're not feeling well, that's why sometimes if you're not feeling well, you want
ginger tea.
Some ginger tea.
Yes.
Because it helps to attack free radicals that gives you colds and gives you coughs and things like that. So ginger is awesome, and you can just plant this. We planted ginger as well, didn't we?
Yes.
So, like I said, we become farmers around here. So,
and you're like, oh yeah, we can plant this.
We can plant this.
Oh, there's an app for that. We can do that.
Yeah. So,
yes.
Ginger is awesome.
Yes.
Okay.
So, just for the benefits of time, this is a yummy juice right there. So, I mean, we were talking and doing so, but you can see how you can make this on your own. And just do that, and you find something that works for you.
It says, is this better than cooking vegetables, and why? Good question. And that's Yvonne Smith. Let me answer that real quick and move along. Okay. So talking about cooking vegetables versus eating them raw. Super benefits from eating raw vegetables, right? Because you get them in its organic state right from the garden. When you cook vegetables, one thing about heat is that heat actually, when you heat vegetables for a while, it increases the carbohydrate content of every vegetable.
Yeah.
So you don't want to heat your I mean, if steaming your vegetables is fine, but you just want it to be warm enough or where it's weighted enough to eat. The minute you overcook vegetables, it's becoming carbohydrates. You understand? Then again,
you lose a lot of the nutrients.
You lose the nutrients, then you're pouring carbohydrates into your system, then
correct,
weight gain issues and all that come into play. So you want to make sure that you're not overcooking your vegetables when you put them in.
And a lot of times you're right, you know, you lose the antioxidants, the vitamins, and then you also then a lot of times people are adding a lot of things to the vegetables, and salt and additives and things like that. So we are running short on time. If this inspires you to go out and start juicing, make your juices, experiment. It's all good stuff for you. And post them, tag us. If you want to learn more about juicing.
Where can they
find us at tfal&chi on social media, at tfal&chi. Our website is www.tfal&chi.com. We do pantry checks, we do wellness coaching. Find us and follow us on social media. Tag us, get your juicing. And the benefits are, go ahead, babe.
You talk about pantry checks. Quickly, we do our pantry checks, they're virtual. So we'll come into your pantry, your refrigerator to check, to make sure that what you're telling us is congruent with the issues you're dealing with and what you're eating, right? So we do this with our clients and our groups that we work with. If you want to work with us, you can consult with us, like my wife said, go to our website or connect with us on our social media, and we'll figure out to make sure you're getting what's best for you and your family, right?
And when you feed your cells, your body will thank you. Sorry, honey, I'm almost done with my juice. I'll have some of yours too. But it's important that you think about that. It just lost me as a customer. V8. Oh, yes. Do it yourself. Look at that. I mean, it is. And every day you're making a different one. You're trying different things. You're getting nutrients, vitamins, antioxidants for your body. Your skin thanks you. Every cell in your body is saying thank you. So juice and just enjoy veggies and fruits.
Yeah, because this is a lot cheaper than buying those bottled things that are full of sugar.
Correct.
If you go to the store, pick up any juice
and read the label.
Read the label. And even when they say sugar-free, there is a fructose or an OSE ending fen at the back.
Some OSE.
Sugar.
Yeah.
It's got sugar. It's got preservatives. Make it your own.
And drink it in real time.
It's cheaper. It's healthier.
It is. It is amazing. And think about how you can get your kids involved. We have like our nieces and nephews. They kind of help. That you can take apples for your kids and just put apples and make them apple juice. Just for the kids instead of buying the store-bought one. So do it for your body. Do it for you. Follow us. And work with us.
The plan is just for you to be the best version of yourself, not like anyone else, but just for yourself. So if you plug this into your exercise regimen, your mental health regimen, where you're taking time for yourself, going out there to get a massage or going for a walk or doing yoga or dancing, whatever you do, having a good tribe around you, people who support you and make you feel your best and don't take away from you, things like that, and have a purpose. When you wake up every day thinking about what can I do for my fellow and my wife is doing it all. But all these things, you do them right, you're more likely to be your very best. Thank you. Follow us. You know where to find us. We'd love to work with you. And we'll see you again in about 4 weeks, right?
Yes. Thank you for your questions and have a wonderful weekend.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We couldn't do this without you. Thank you.
All right, babe.